Welcome to Annitude, a relationship podcast about love, friendships, and everything in between. Hello, and welcome to Annitude with Anna. I'm here with a very special guest coming live from her house with the almost whole bottle of wine that we've drank. It's Angela.
Hello.
So, Angela, can you tell the listeners how we met? Because it's actually pretty funny and pretty gay when you really think about like the app we were on to find each other.
So we met on Bumble.
We did. 2016?
2016. I swiped right on Miss Anna.
Hold on, her son is coming in to disrupt
Close the door.
The calm. You could be on the podcast next. I want to hear a kid's perspective. Wait, are you coming out here? Okay. You want to watch? No, you don't. Hold on, her son is being a son.
Okay, in or out?
CPS, close your ears.
Go in there.
You just ask in and out.
Do you hear this? Listeners? We're doing a podcast. Have you ever seen one?
No.
Anyway, back to us. Kids these days. We just quit slamming the doors. Anyway, so yeah, we met on Bumble, and we actually you brought another girl, that Sasha girl, right?
I think it was Lauren.
No, it was Sasha.
Valley Bar?
No, we met at Yard House, and you brought Sasha.
I can't.
This blonde girl that was in a sorority, and what is her Facebook name was Forever Fresh to Death or something like that. It was this blonde sorority girl. She was so, I can't even explain her, basic, but also
keep up with my girl date.
So yeah, I was on there because I was in a relationship with this loser guy, and I was I'm so lonely, even though this man is living in my house for free. I could talk to him, but I don't want to because he's so stupid. I think you asked, I love dating dumb guys. I think my friend was joking. It was spell cat to him. And he was C-A-T. Bitch, what? Don't spell cat for real. You can prove something. Anyway, so me and Angela met up, and then we just hit it off. And then we ditched Sasha, left her in the dust. And then Angela had just come out of a divorce. So we were turning up, and this is my prime, fuck everything. I'm going to turn up. Fuck my boyfriend at home, who's probably robbing me blind, but let's go turn up. So yeah.
This is when I first experienced getting drunk.
Yeah. I swear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Angela was ride or die. I'd be let's go out. And she'd be where are we going? Well, no, you wouldn't even ask where we're going. We'd just go.
I was just passed out here.
She was always a hospital right away from alcohol poisoning.
I came from a
sheltered existence. Yeah.
Our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, she was a very Christian woman before I met her, and she had, weren't you with your husband in high school, right?
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
So you got married right out of high school.
I got married. Well, okay.
Yeah, explain to listeners because I think they need a backstory to our
things.
Yes.
So I must.
Whoa. And if anything slurring happens, it's because we have had copious amounts of wine.
I'm a statistic. I got pregnant the first time we slept together.
That sucks.
I got pregnant at 19 and we got married.
Jesus Christ.
And then
which is when I think of myself at 19, I was truly one brain cell. Your frontal lobe isn't even fully formed. How can you raise a child? I couldn't even raise a goldfish at 19.
That's how
they're in here slamming the doors. But okay, so you got married very young and then divorced.
Divorced at 25 in my prime.
In her prime. I mean, you're ahead of the curve, honestly. Because now people are in their second divorce, and I don't know, I feel you got ahead of it so fast that now you know what the deal is. You don't need to get another divorce. So you already went through one.
I got divorced while I was still young enough to party with people my age.
Which is smart because now I feel people are getting a divorce and they're like, damn, where do I go now?
Yeah.
The nursing home. And that's pretty much all. That's it. I mean, when you're in your 30s, it's either the club or the nursing home.
Which
it's fucked up.
Has like one of the highest STD rates, the nursing home.
They do, because they're not scared of getting pregnant. So like, why do I need to wrap it up? And it's like, listen, fucking Esther, you need to fucking put a condom near your cooch, because you're carrying herpes from 1960. You're carrying the first strain, babe. So yeah. Me and Angela would go out and party, and then we kind of went our separate ways for a little bit, and then we reconnect. Instagram. I made an Instagram.
I saw djtacobella.
You're like, who the fuck is this bitch? And I added, who added who?
You added me.
I added you. And then, because we were friends on, what was
Facebook.
that? No.
Oh.
Before, after Facebook, that one thing that tried to take off, it was like a chat room where people could talk in it. Like, it was like an app. I forget what it was called, but it never like did anything. And I saw you on there and I was like, damn, I should text her. And then I don't think you had the same number.
I remember I got a friend request from you, and I didn't know who it was until I clicked on your profile, and then it's like, Anna Burr, that sounds so familiar.
And you're like, who's that girl? And you're like, you're like, you la 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 la, and you're like, you got drunk, then you remembered, and you're like, oh yeah.
I tried to find you on Facebook.
Yeah, I deleted Facebook after the election because I was like, I hate literally everybody, because everybody was like all of a sudden a CNN news pundit, and I was like, fuck you. Like I literally saw you. Hold on, her son is coming out. I was going to say something truly disgusting.
Gabriel, come on.
He's like doing an army crawl through the kitchen. Kids are truly
awful.
No, they're just like the wildest creatures I've ever seen in my life. And I envy them, because I wish I could army crawl across the floor without somebody 5150 me into a mental institution. If I did that, you'd be like, you gotta go. But a kid does it, it's like, oh, that's just a main kid.
Yeah, I don't say that.
Do you want to be on the podcast?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. Well, you can be on the next episode. I want to get a teenager's perspective or preteen's perspective on life. Okay, now he's like literally parkouring onto the refrigerator. Anyway, Angela is like, but they're silently yelling at each other. She pointed to the room. He flipped her off. He threw a brick at her head. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I deleted my Facebook, and then I got an Instagram because I was doing a podcast, and I was like, oh, I need people to listen to it, so I should probably promote it. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm also a DJ, so I probably should add people. And then I added Angela, and we were friends for like a little bit before I like messaged you. And I think you posted something, and I like
responded.
Yeah.
And I was like, Anna, is that me?
And I said, it's me in the flesh, baby. And then we went out to happy hour, and it was like no time had passed. I went with my friend Chelsea and your friend Chelsea.
Oh my God. Okay, I have to wait. Let me explain this.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, this girl that we went with.
So we meet at happy hour. We go, so it's Anna, her friend Chelsea, my no longer friend Melissa, who was talking about her
PowerPoint presentation. But also she was like, okay, so Melissa immediately gave me like pick me church girl vibes. And I was like, I'm not going to be mean, because like I just met her and I was reconnecting with you. So I was going to be like, Angela, why are you hanging out with her? But I was like, whatever. But then she started talking about her ideal man, and she literally listed like the Aryan nation. She was like, there's something about a guy with blonde hair, blue eyes, no lips, perfect credit. And I was like, you just described a white man.
No, she said
white.
She said white man, and then
me and Chelsea were like, what? We like did a skirt because
and she goes, I meant to say blue eyes.
No, it's like, bitch, you literally said I only date white men. And we're like, that's weird. That's suspicious. And also, I'm sad for you, honey.
And then we tried inviting her out to karaoke.
Yeah, and she said, no, let me say what she said. So I was like, we should go out after this, because like we were feeling it. Me and Chelsea had been like drinking previously, like even before we walked in. And I was like, well, since we're out, we might as well stay out. So I was like, let's go to karaoke. And she was like, Yeah, I just started my business and like I have a PowerPoint presentation. And I'm thinking in my head, you started your own business. So who's this PowerPoint presentation going to? Yourself? You're gonna like, dear boss, literally your own email and a PowerPoint presentation in the year of our Lord 2022 when there's like other avenues to like do a presentation. And what are you presenting? What are you presenting?
Imagine her at like a board meeting.
Yeah, she's like, it's herself. It's herself. She has a blazer on. That's her as the boss. She takes the blazer off. That's herself as the employee. And she's just like talking to herself, blazer on, blazer off.
Like, would everyone please silence their phone?
Yeah, she's like, everybody, let's remember to be present. I'm talking to Melissa. And she's like looking at herself in the mirror. And it's like,
Oh my God.
yeah, I was truly like Tim Allen, like in Tool Time. Like, what? So then we ditched the bitch. She went to go make her PowerPoint presentation, and we have never seen her since. She, to this day, the legend has it, she's still making that PowerPoint. She's still adding the clip art. I was like,
The little paper.
yeah, she's literally adding the words, like the block letters, like the rainbow block letters. She's like, to Melissa. So anyway, we go do karaoke. Me and Chelsea kill it at the thong song, which is like my go-to. I hate people who do karaoke seriously. Like, I act like it's like a audition for
American Idol.
Yeah, I was like America's Best Singer. I was like, what? American Idol, and like they like get up there and sing their hearts out. Like I go up there to sing Cisco. The next one I want to do is Lollipop by Lil Wayne. I think that'd be hilarious to do karaoke too. Angela was just there supporting. Chelsea, I feel like also I just forced Chelsea to do stuff. Like
She's a good like backup.
yeah, no, because I'm like literally giving it to the crowd, and they couldn't care less. It was like a bunch of Taylor Swift fans. Anyway, fast forward, me and Angela go to Vegas together. We survive as friends, and that's what I've said before on this podcast. If you can leave Vegas as friends, you're friends for life. Yeah. Because like it's like you've been in the trenches. Because there's usually a person that tries to ruin the trip. We won't say what and when, but that usually happens on my trips. Is like there's usually somebody else putting a wrench in our plans, but me and Angela didn't let anything. I feel like we did nothing, but also did everything.
Yeah, and in bed by 11 p.m.
But honestly, and then also trying to get food, and you're the only one that understood my struggle.
And we were not about that pretzel.
No, the yogurt pretzel. So anyway, yeah, Angela and I go way back, and now we're at like a different point of our lives where we're just like, I don't know, I feel like we're both like winging our lives, and I love that for us, because I feel like there's so many people like when you're in your 20s, or like they're just like trying to be somebody they're not, or like they're trying to put on airs, and like we're just like we just want to get drunk and like talk shit and be in bed by 11 p.m.
That's it, yeah.
Possibly with crumbs on our chest from like a fast food restaurant. I don't know, TBD. But before we started the pod, me and Angela were talking about her trip to, where was your brother's wedding?
San
Diego, and she just had a very wholesome family vacation. Can you?
Okay, so this is my very first family vacation. So we go to San Diego for my brother's wedding, and we get to the wedding and everyone's just drinking wine. It was whatever. I take my nieces to the pool at the hotel, and then
hold on, I'm gonna play this. Oh, it didn't do it. There's like a soundboard and it has applause on here. I was gonna do woohoo wedding, but never mind. It's not doing it. Go continue. Sorry.
Okay, so I take my nieces to the pool at the hotel. It's like 10, like I don't know, 9:30, 10 p.m. So pool closes. I take them back up to the hotel room, put them into bed, and like as we're walking through our hotel lobby, I notice that there's like a work convention for some company, and it's all like these like
daddies. Daddy.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put you guys to bed, and then Auntie Angela needs to go downstairs.
Mama needs a drink.
Mommy needs a drink.
Yes, amen.
So I go downstairs. I get a glass of wine. I'm like in shorts and like a bikini top, straight from the
as
pool.
one would.
I leave my phone in the hotel room, trying to be responsible because I didn't want to lose it. I also forget my hotel key. So I'm sitting at the bar minding my own business, drinking a glass of wine, and this nice man comes over and sits next to me, and I'm talking to him about the struggles of single motherhood, and he asked me for my phone number, so I give him my phone number, and he's like, oh, I just Venmoed you $200. And so I'm like, oh my God, it's so sweet of you.
So nice of you.
And so that's kind of like the last thing I remember. And then I'm suddenly in this man's hotel room, and I hear like the sound of the door closing, and it kind of like snapped me out of this fog that I was in. So I run out of there, and I was explaining to Anna the only thing going through my mind in this moment as I'm like hauling ass through these hotel hallways is like, she's a runner, she's a track star.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
I'm like replaying this song over and over in my
Which,
head.
thank God, that probably made you run faster, honestly.
It did. I was running so fast. So I get down to the hotel.
If I could have a deal with God. That song always plays in my head now. Even though I don't watch Stranger Things, like kids at school come. I'm like, why are you singing a Kate Bush song, you weirdo?
I don't even know what song that is.
It's Running Up the Hill by Kate Bush, and it comes on Stranger Things, and it's like from like the 90s, and the kids, anyway, continue. It's just like, the kids are like, if I could make a deal with God. Continue. I'll show you after this. Continue, track star.
Okay, so I get back down to the hotel lobby, and I like tell the employee at the desk, like, this man is like trying to kidnap me or whatever. So he like hides me in the employee break room and calls my parents and says like, your 32-year-old daughter is down here being extremely intoxicated and needs her parents.
Assistance. As one does at 30 something, like we need our mommy.
I'm walking down. I'm like freaking like can't even support myself. I couldn't even walk at this point. And I'm like in a bikini top and shorts, and my parents like walk me back to my room, and my mom like helps me wash my face, and I wake up several hours later, kind of finally like coming to like what's going on, and I'm topless, and my mom is like passed out on the couch next to my bed in the hotel, and I'm like stumbling around looking for a shirt, and so yeah, like my first family vacation turns into me being roofied by some random man.
God, and the fact that he paid you previously, like under the guise of like, I really want to support single moms, is like disturbing, because it's like he could have like not done that, and like it still would have been creepy, but it's even creepier that he was like, I'm gonna pay you for whatever I can get from you. He was trying
to pay me for like
services that it's like, fuck you. And $200 only.
I know,
like my pussy's only $200. Like when I tell you, I have to tell you after we get off the pod, but like what do you think your price of your vagina is? Like honestly, truly. I mean, priceless, obviously, but like if you were to put a price on it, more than $200, but what would it be?
I mean, if I were to charge someone to have sex, like it would be at least like
$10K.
It depends on what they look like.
No, like like base price, like my pussy is worth.
Okay, yeah, I would say $10K. Yeah,
I agree. Anyway, back to.
But I'll also do it for free if you're hot.
If you're hot, it's like a discount of $10,000, like minus $10,000. But my thing is, so he requested the money back which is insane to me. It's like, you have the audacity to roofie me and then ask for the money back, you fucking stupid bitch.
So he was also texting me, like asking if I was okay, which I wasn't responding to. So I was just like, I'm just gonna play this out like I died.
I hope he thinks that you died.
I hope he thinks that I died too.
You killed me with GHB, you stupid slut.
I hope he thinks that I was out in the front floating around with the flamingos.
Yeah.
And I hope he's looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life.
Ugh. I'm just like creeped out that he used the whole like, oh, my mom was a single mom. You fucking Weirdo.
I'm gonna call his mom.
Mommy. No, he probably doesn't even have mommy. But yeah, that's scary. Like, and especially on a family vacation. Thank God your parents were there though. Like,
I mean, yeah, kind of, but
also
like,
sad.
fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't even know. Your mom is way better than my mom because my mom probably would have spanked me in the lobby.
I wish my mom was mad at me. Like, I would like.
Well, she couldn't be mad at you. You didn't do it, and she was probably scared. She was probably scared.
Like, I grew up with an Italian mother who would pull the wooden spoon out. Like,
my mom would beat us with anything that she had next to her, even like if it was a Pop-Tart. She's like, I'm gonna whoop your ass with this fucking Pop-Tart, bitch.
It would be less embarrassing to me though if my mom was like, I'm gonna fucking whoop your ass.
But she was probably so scared.
I know, but like the fact that my mom is not like
Did she know that you were roofied though? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Like my mom is amazing, but like I didn't grow up with having like a super like
open.
Yeah, just like
nobody's mom is, except for like you think that nobody's mom is like, let's talk about our vaginas. Like,
no, like not even that. Just like my mom was always like super strict and like kind of like hardcore all the time. And so seeing her like being soft with me and being like,
it's more sad.
I love you and like I care about you.
Do you need to go to rehab?
It makes me feel like such a piece of shit.
It shouldn't, because I mean she truly cares about you. Because I say that jokingly, my mom would have been devastated, and also she would have been like on the look. Like my mom would have been trying to fight somebody. Like even though she has a bad hip, like she would have been like, like
that's how it was.
Yeah, it's like that's scary because you got to think of like too, like your kids. Like if something happened to them, you would be the same way. Like, oh my god, like why would somebody do this?
Yeah.
But also, how many? This is your second time you've been roofied.
Mm-hmm.
I've been roofied, but it's so crazy that men will be like, that's not that. You guys are over exaggerating. It's like, no, bitch. Like, how come I know so many girls that have been roofied/raped, but no man knows a rapist? No man knows that their friend's a rapist.
You know
That's
what is, like,
shocking.
It's so weird to me too. Is that like I feel like a lot of like these like fucking stupid guys that roofie women like don't even have the like intentions of doing anything. It's just like
they like I think they like a drunk situation, scenario of like taking care of a girl.
I've heard so many stories about like promoters that like will roofie the girls that like they're like hosting or whatever, just like for the sake of it. Like even though they don't try to do anything.
That's so weird. That's even worse.
That's worse
because
right?
It's like what did you gain from that? To watch me act an ass? Like I didn't. So when I got roofied, it was like in 2000. It was when I first moved here. It was like 2014, and I was at Livewire that used to be in Scottsdale. That like concert venue. I don't know if you went out. Yeah, no, it closed down. And I was seeing like a rave, and it was like lame. And I was with a friend, and she was lame. So I like went upstairs to go get a drink because it was 2 stories, and there was like a group of like hockey player guys that like surrounded me. I wasn't down because they were like weird. They were like very aggressive, and like one of them took out their top row of teeth to show me that they're a hockey player, and I was like, I didn't ask. Also, like, disgusting. Now you're really ugly. Like you were ugly before, but now you have 0 teeth. Disgusting. Unless you're a baby, an old man, I don't want to see that you have gums. So next thing I know, like there's only one guy next to me that was in like their crew, and we were in I only had one drink, and we were in the elevator. I was in the elevator with this guy, and I remember I was like stumbling and like I couldn't keep my head up. But I remember, this is why I don't know if it's because he was like, yeah, I didn't really want to do anything with this girl, or because of what happened, what I'm about to tell you. But I asked him to name every member of the Wu-Tang Clan. I was like, name because he was like, let's kiss. Like he wanted to kiss. And I was like, name every member of the Wu-Tang Clan and I will.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, you're too much work. And like left me in the elevator. Like he was like, this bitch is fucking too much. Like she's too tall. Like she's asked me members of the Wu-Tang Clan. Like she's asked me to do things. Like I gotta go. And I just remember being so sick that I like threw up. I had to have my friend stop her car on the way home. We like left early because I found her and I was like, we gotta go. And I threw up on the side of the road. The next morning I was like super hungover, and I was like, I only had one drink, what the fuck? And then it came together. I was like, I got fucking roofied by this fucking toothless hockey players, like fucking weird. And they like tried to, I think they tried to like find, like they all surrounded me, and then they had one person like try to segregate me from everything and like see how willing I was.
Well, and
that's
like fucking disgusting, is that these guys like talk about it and they like will plan their like attack.
Yeah, it was like literally lions.
We
Like,
should start doing that to men.
no, have you ever seen that movie? It's with that girl.
Oh, yes, where she gets with like the frat guys or whatever, right?
Yeah, and she I love that movie. It came out during
that.
Like, honestly, I've always wanted to either do that, like drug guys, and people get mad at Cardi B because like she did that.
Robbed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I was like, you came here to fuck me. You came here to fuck me or think that you're gonna fuck me, and now that you wake up with your pockets are empty, that's on you, bitch.
You wanna
like,
know what's funny about that too is that like none of the like no women are like getting upset about that. It's all
men are like, how dare she? It's like, we go through that all the time, and your life was never in danger. She wasn't gonna kill you.
Yeah, she just wants your
you were gonna give her money anyway, but now she just cut you to the chase, and she didn't have to fuck you. Yeah. Like, you're a piece of shit. So I want to do that. I either want to do that or I want to do what, have you ever followed Becca Moore on TikTok?
No.
And she like does this thing where she like basically pretends to flirt with girls' boyfriends to like catch them and
being like cheaters.
And like she'll like, it's like hilarious because she'll like roast them during it and they don't even realize like they're being roasted. They're so stupid. But I either want to do that or that. Like, I've always felt like my purpose is to like humiliate men and just make them regret ever stepping foot outside the house.
I love that. I'm down.
So yeah, it's crazy. Like, I know so many girls have been roofied. Like, I know guys have been roofied too on accident because like they're
trying to roofie the girl on
or like they like somebody roofies like a whole round of shots and then the guy is the one that gets roofied. I actually, there's like been so many guys that I know that like I was roofied. I'm like, damn, that's how it's like for you, but it happens all the time to us. Yeah. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but it's scary being a girl. Like, when you really think about it, you're on a vacation in San Diego at a hotel thinking you're safe, thinking you're fine. You can't even talk to strangers. You truly can't just like sit at the bar, have a normal conversation without being like, is this guy gonna fucking rape me?
I know.
And guys don't have to think about that. Like, that's the crazy part. Like,
I didn't even leave either. I was the entire time. So the fact that like this guy had the balls to do it, like, with me sitting there,
is truly insane to me. Like, just shows you like how dangerous being a woman is. Like, every day is like danger. So like I say, I know so many girls have been raped, but it's funny that no guy knows a rapist. And I'm like, the math ain't mathin', honey. So your friends, check them. And then like, not me, I would never do that. I'm like, ask your friends. I'm sure they've done something, like at least coerced a girl into having sex with you.
So the first time I got roofied, I know the guy. He works in Tempe. He was a GM of a restaurant out there. And I matched with him on Tinder kind of recently because I didn't know what he looked like. Yeah. And he messaged me. I didn't message him. He messaged me like just fucking like ready to attack. Like, you accused me of this and that, blah, blah. Why would you match with me?
It's like, bitch, like, why'd you match with me?
I'm like, exactly. I'm like, first of all, okay, like, I don't even know what fucking color the sky was at that point.
Yeah, I was blackout. So you're the one that knows who I am. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah, and like that whole thing, like, I went to the police station, I went to the hospital, like, it was a huge ordeal, and nothing really came from it because unfortunately, like,
that's how rapes are. Like, they don't care. Yeah, they don't care, and
seriously,
never taken seriously. And then also they don't realize, like, when people like drop charges is because like you don't want to talk about it again. You don't want to keep bringing it up. It's like rehashing the trauma over and over again. And sometimes you just don't remember, and it doesn't sound. It's like they're not going to believe me anyway. So I'm just drop the charges.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even want to go, and I would not have gone if I was able to make that decision. But my friends brought me to the hospital because I was like, they found me passed out in the front of this restaurant, and they found the guy that, you know, like, did everything, and he was describing what happened to them. And so they took me to the hospital and the police were called and everything like that. And then, you know, like I was the one that was like, the officers that showed up to the hospital were like, I guess wrote down in their little police reports that I was like making like sexual comments towards them and stuff. And I'm just like, I was so fucking like
out of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's just like what happens when like men are on the case. They're like, this fucking slut.
Yeah.
And she wanted it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It was my fault. And whatever happened to me,
And my favorite thing too is like when guys are like, well, you shouldn't have gotten that drunk. It's like, I should be able to get fucking plastered. I should be able to like be out of this world, not even in this decade, and be able to walk around butt ass naked if I wanted to. And you just know not to fucking touch me unless I'm coherent and I say yes, like, period. Yeah. Like, I don't, how is that difficult to understand?
I know.
Like, but that's because men never have to go through that. Yeah. They never had to worry about getting raped. And they can defend themselves. But yeah, so I remember that. That was like, I was at a Trump protest.
I actually think that
I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go, which is like, I don't know if that's divine intervention on that man's part, but I know that I'm not saying that your friends had like, they wouldn't have known, but I just know like how I am. I'm always one eye on my friends, like, and we're not going anywhere without each other. And I will cock block. And I don't give a fuck if you want to have sex or not. If I know you're wasted, you're not going anywhere with a man.
Yeah.
You're truly not. Well, so it's like divine intervention for that man that I wasn't there.
It happens at the restaurant. Like it happens.
It could have been like literally at his mom's house. And I just know me and how I am with my friends. I'm like very mom. And have you ever seen me like wasted? No. I don't get wasted because I always have to keep an eye on my friends. I have to be,
because you're the only mom out of like.
But the thing is, because like you want to let loose because you are a mom. I don't.
Horrible.
Well, you just want to have fun. I am just the type of person like I have to be aware because I'm like always on go. Like I'm like, are we gonna have to fight? I'm gonna have to kill somebody. Like, are we gonna have to bail somebody out of jail? Yeah. I just have always been like that. I've never been able to like truly let loose unless I'm at somebody's house. But I know for a fact it was divine intervention on that man's part because I would have whooped his ass like 3 days to.
I have his number myself.
I will fuck him up right now. I swear to God. Ask anybody. Go to the University of Wyoming. Ask them about me because I beat up so many girls' boyfriends. One girl came up to me. She's like, "Are you Anna Bird?" I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "You punched my boyfriend in the face." And I was like, "And it was because he touched my ass." And I gave him black eye. So, and she asked, she's like, "Oh my God, that was so amazing." And she's like, "I'm proud of you." And I'm like, "So yeah, where's his address? I will fuck him up."
I don't know his address, but I know his number, and I
will ruin his life. On God. So anyway, yeah, that's what women have to deal with. And like, Angela, you've been on some fucked up dates. I want to bring up this one that like truly sticks out of my mind. It happened recently, but it truly does not make any sense of why men are like this. But you had a crier on a date.
This is not my first crier.
What?
Okay. I'm gonna give a very brief synopsis of the first crier.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I had this guy come over to my house, which I highly don't
ever. No, my friend Yvette's husband Charles is like he's very like adamant about girls never showing guys where they live because he knows like men are fucking crazy. So, but anyway, continue.
So I matched with this guy on Tinder and we like hit it off. We had a lot in common, and I invited him over to my house one night when my children were not here, and he like did this like beer flight. He like brought over all these different beers,
which would be cute if you guys were dating. But it was like
so like we do this beer flight, and then we end up
wait, this is like your first time meeting?
Yeah.
Why didn't he? Okay, was it your idea or his idea to meet at your house?
I don't know. I think it was probably mine, just because like
you don't like a date?
Well, no, it's not that. I live so far away, and so like I hate driving to like meet these people like halfway, and I don't like to Uber because Ubers don't come out here, number one, and number two, like when they do, they're so expensive. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend like over $100 to meet some guy that.
But honestly, he should be like, hey, I made this reservation. I'm gonna come pick you up. I'm just telling you right now, men.
But I won't let guys pick me up either.
Okay.
So it's like your option is either like
come inside my house,
Uber me, or just come to my house.
Come inside. Those are the two options. Okay.
Come
I guess.
Okay, I don't do that anymore. Okay, listen. I've learned a lot in these past few years, and
she's like, I've grown. I've grown and matured. So he came in with this beer flight.
Yeah, so he comes over, and I like instantly I knew that I just like I just wasn't into him. But
yeah,
whatever.
That's the thing is like I wouldn't want somebody in my house that I have to kick out because that's awkward.
Yeah,
like, how do you say like I've done that before. I've brought a guy home and then sobered up and I told him to leave.
I can't do that. And like, you know, as much as I like feel like I'm like a fucking badass bitch, like what, like I'm really not.
You just gotta fake it though. You gotta learn how to fake it because it's like I always say like I'll never fucking see you again.
I can't though. I don't.
You're nice.
I don't like hurting people's feelings.
I do.
I just like
It really gives me a girl boner is like hurting men's feelings. I'm like, oh, you're crying. Okay, bye. Anyway,
so he comes over and like. If it turned into like kind of like a friend vibe, it would have been fine. But I could tell that he was being like very flirtatious and stuff. And so, you know, what is a girl do?
What is a girl to do in this trying times?
So we end up like having sex.
Wait, what? Hold on, pause. You just literally said you're like, I'm not feeling. I wish this man would leave.
Wasn't. I just wanted to be nice.
That's not being nice. That's well, I don't even know what that is called. I don't even know what to say because like when I'm nice, I don't kick them out of my house. Yes, but when I'm nice, I don't take off my pants. It's not like in the nice handbook, but you to each his own.
Okay, so
did you close your eyes and pretend it was somebody else?
I always fucking close my eyes.
Jesus Christ! You heard her here first, folks. Thank you. So wait. Did you close your eyes the whole time?
Oh, always.
You always
do. I always do.
Bitch, what?
I feel like that's just like what were we talking about earlier? Like a traumatic response.
Trauma response. Everything's a trauma response over here.
Still do. Even if I'm like in love with them.
Yeah, you like have a blindfold on. Like, can you take this off? No. Like, can I see? No.
But yeah, so like one thing leads to another, and like we end up like in my bed and whatever, and you know, like
hold on, I see your one.
Is my child out there?
Yeah, he looks like he's walking like the Exorcist. He's like crab walking. Why are kids is the real question. And how do we grow into fully formed adults? He's literally walking like the Exorcist girl.
Go.
The dog's sad.
What are you doing?
We're talking.
Do you want to talk on the podcast?
Why are you talking on a microphone?
We're talking to Anna's friends.
Who?
Her friends.
Huh?
This is going on the internet. He's walking.
I'm going to bring this up at your graduation.
Oops, yeah, like one time you were crab walking like a psychopath in front of Anna. What? Wait, oh, he's crab walking for real. Ew, stop! Ew, crazy. Okay, Reagan from The Exorcist, get out. I'm gonna have a seizure. Get out of here.
No.
All right.
Don't tell me no to have a seizure. If I want to have a seizure, I'm going to have a seizure. Don't tell me what to do. You're a child. Anyways, back from our commercial break. We were refilling wine, also chatting with Grayson. He was giving us some tips on how to be the Exorcist. Anyway, we're talking about your crybaby date. So anyway, so you were saying that like you guys wound up in your bed because you're being super hospitable. You said, I'm going to be a good neighbor.
I just wanted to be a good host.
A good host. You're like, when you're here, you fuck. When you're here, your family and we fuck. Like Olive Garden.
I mean, what's funny is that Olive Garden actually got their slogan from me because I first started saying.
You said, when you're here, your family and we fuck. And then Olive Garden said, hell yeah. So you guys are family fucking and with his beer flight, his IPAs. And
literally, like, okay, so like everything, you know, whatever, we're just like laying in my bed and he like starts crying and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, well, I just feel like you're using me.
And you said, why?
I'm like,
what would make you think that? Because I hate you and I think you're disgusting?
I'm just
dare you? I just wanted you to, I wanted to expedite the process. Like, I just wanted you to hurry up and fucking leave. Damn.
Yeah, so that was that. Okay, so the other guy that cried,
which is crazy that there's two stories, but continue. Two
so
men
this
crying.
guy, okay, so
men can cry. Like I'm not saying like don't cry. Men should cry because I see why they punch walls.
Yes.
And hit things. Like you should cry, but
men should cry, but don't cry in the fucking bed.
Yeah, don't cry in the bed, and also don't cry when I first meet you, because it's like. There's no mystery. Inside of me, beside of me. Actually, you know what? Don't cry. I take it back. Just don't fucking cry. I actually hate you. Continue. Men shouldn't have feelings. Tears are for women.
Okay, so I recently started this like jujitsu journey with my best friend, and ever since I started that, I'm like I just love fighters. Like, I don't care what you look like.
She loves a cauliflower ear.
I love a cauliflower
She's like, the cauliflowery, the better. Like, the less you can hear, oh, hot. The more CT you have, damn, daddy.
I just want a dumb fucking man.
Hell yeah, a dumb animal. Like, woo.
So, I like start talking to this guy on Tinder, of course, and he's a fighter, and like the conversation was fine. It wasn't like anything that I was like too excited about, but we ended up meeting at a place near me, and he came from Tempe, so it was a little bit of a trek, like maybe 45 minutes or so, and he Ubered here, which like
red flag.
I don't know if that was like intentional, but
yeah, like what? Why are you Ubering 45 minutes away?
To a first date.
Yeah, it's like, what did you think was gonna happen? We're gonna get fucking wasted and do drugs, and like you're gonna pass out at my house? Oh, yeah. If he would have Ubered to my house, if a man Ubers to my house, I'm gonna turn off all the lights, shut all the curtains, and pretend I'm not home, because like, what the fuck? So that means you have to Uber or drive somewhere.
Well, so he knew I was driving because we were meeting somewhere by my house. So I feel like the Uber was like a very like
a ploy
thing, because I would have to either drive him all the way home or drive him back to my house, which was only a few minutes away.
Fuck him.
Yeah. So we meet up, and you know, like it's fine, and we start like getting into like some deeper conversation, and I start telling him about like my past relationship and my ex-husband, and how he's like very religious, which like I have nothing against, but I'm not.
Who's Jesus? Is he real? Like, why are you dying for us? Like, who asked you to do that? It's doing too much.
Exactly.
Oh, she's cracking that neck like she's ready to fight. I just got turned on. Okay, continue.
So like I make a comment about my ex having 5 kids and saying something about like, oh, you know, he's like Christian and they have like
too many kids.
So many kids or whatever. And he like immediately just got super defensive, like very offended that I
made fun of the Christianity, like the whole Christian religion, like because he is a pastor or something. Like,
yeah,
what?
So he's like asking me like, what was that all about? And I'm like, I don't know.
JK,
like,
JK, LOL. Like,
you know, like the stereotype, like, you know.
Yeah, like basically like have all these kids to go to church.
And I start talking about like the Catholic religion,
which is truly a joke, because I was raised Catholic.
So was I.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic, went to Catholic school, and I'm like,
And I like start talking about like, well, you know, like the Catholic religion, like they don't
Very
believe in birth
hypocritical.
control. Like
Yeah.
the Lord will give you as many children as He wants you to have. Blah blah. I'm like telling him all of this,
And he's like literally pounding his fist against.
seriously, he's like getting fucking pissed.
Ew.
Yeah.
And it's like, you met me on Tinder, bitch, not on fucking Christian Mingle.
Right?
Like,
I know.
disgusting.
And so, like the whole like mood change, like he could tell that I was kind of like just checking. I was just like,
Fuck
whatever,
you, dude.
Like, this is fucking stupid.
Fuck you and all the priests you're hanging out with. Like, what the fuck is your problem?
And so like he starts telling
And
me
I'm saying this as a Catholic person that my uncle literally is a priest.
yeah.
Fuck them all. My uncle, no, I love him. R.I.P.
The rest of you.
No, just the Catholic religion is fucking bullshit. It's fucking dumb. Like, what the fuck you're telling me you can't get a divorce, but you got to stay with your abusive husband that's on drinking?
Any organized religion is fucking
BS. And
I also want to start a cult, though.
I mean, I feel like anybody in America could join a cult. I mean,
want to start one. I want to be a cult leader.
I don't know if you could because you're too nice. Obviously, you're like, I can't be mean.
My cult is going to be like
hanging out at my house.
Men, and I'm just going to be sleeping with all these men, but I hate all of you.
Yeah, I hate all of you, and don't talk to me and don't look at me.
But I'll fuck you because I don't want to be mean.
I don't want to be mean to you. That's a great cult. That's also called domestic violence. So he's upset that you're talking about his father, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he was raised Catholic or Christian or whatever it was.
Jesus Christ.
He was like very offended, and I was like, I'm not like trying to like be like rude or anything. I'm just like that's like a thing, like whatever. And so like,
and I can understand if he showed up wearing like a full on like he was wearing like a white collar and was passing out communion at the bar, but it's like, what the fuck did you think we came here for? We're like making conversation, like.
Yeah, I'm the one drinking wine. You're drinking a freaking beer, you traitor.
Yeah, like
I'm drinking the blood of Jesus right
now. I'm like, and I'm a Christ-like woman, like.
But you're
how
dare you?
And you Ubered over here? You didn't ride on Jesus's coattails? God, sacrilegious.
So like the conversation just got like super awkward between us, and so like he decided to break the ice by doing like a hand hug, which I didn't realize was a thing. This is a hand hug.
Okay, we're doing it.
That's a hand hug.
Ew.
Yeah.
I would have called the police.
And so he's like, "Are we good now?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. And immediately I would have got in my car. The tires would have screeched in the parking lot. Like, once again, she's being nice. Continue.
So he's like, "Do you wanna?" So we get the check or whatever, and he's like, "Do you wanna like?"
Who paid?
He did.
But how much was it? $10?
Yeah, it was one drink each.
Yeah.
So.
Which is sad that we even have to like think like who's gonna pay for this, because guys nowadays are like that guy at the bar that was like, I'm not buying your drink. Remember that guy that was like,
I know, and we fucking laughed.
I was like, you're a fucking loser and go suck your friend's dick at your house.
It's because all of these men still live at home with their moms.
Mommy, yeah,
I remember.
Ladies, pro tip. If you, ladies, gaydies, and ladies, if you want to know if a guy lives at home with his parents, ask, do you live at home with your mom or your dad? And they will be so confused. They'll tell you who they live with. And usually it's their mommy. Like, I had to learn myself because they all live with their parents.
Yeah.
Sadly. So anyway, so you guys hand hug.
So we did the old hand hug, and then he's like, do you want to like walk around, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So we're like walking around and everything's closed. And so we...
Wait, what night was this?
It was a Sunday.
So he just came from church.
It was the night
How dare
after
you?
me and you hung out. I don't remember what we did, but...
What did we do? Oh, was it singles night?
It was the night that we ended up like in... It was the night after Maya.
Oh, we were out all day and I was naked the whole day.
Yes.
Literally the whole day naked.
Yes.
Like, I still am like, how did I feel comfortable enough to do that? But I did because I was drunk. Well, I wasn't even drunk. I just feel like I was like, oh, and I'm still friends with that girl that I was talking to. Shout out Kate. The girl I was talking to in the tennis skirt that left and came back.
I don't know. You remember all those kids that were doing coke?
Oh my God. And I was like, go do it in the bathroom like we used to
Like
do.
normal people.
Yeah, like why are you out in the open? And that guy, his breast smelled like the color brown that kept trying to talk to us. I was like, disgusting.
The promoter still like messages me.
But how did we even get that table?
I don't know. I think they were just like
They're like, this place is lame. Let's fill it up with these drunk ass girls. And they probably thought we were gonna leave like after 2 drinks, but we stayed.
They probably thought we were gonna leave like a negative review if they didn't give us a table.
No, they probably thought we were gonna leave it after 1 drink with that girl, but we stayed the whole time. But I'm still friends with the blonde girl that remember I was like, go home and get gum. She was like, I'm going home. Do you guys need anything? And I was like, get gum. And then she like came back and we were like having a full on conversation. I still talk to her to this day. Kate, you stupid slut. We're supposed to hang out. And she's always inviting me places, but we never like hang
Weren't
out.
there girls that like were like pissing you off?
Yeah, there was a girl that said my vagina was hanging out, which my vagina was never fucking hanging out. She was like, she like whispered me. She's like, your pussy lip is hanging out. And I was like, what? And she was like, your pussy lip. And I was like,
joke's on you because I have a dick.
yeah, I should have said that. But like literally, I'm not just saying this because like I want to hype up my vagina, but it's like literally like tucked. There's no way. Like I'm not saying I know vaginas like snowflakes. Everyone is different, but mine is like a Barbie. And I've been told this by men. They're like, that doesn't even look.
She doesn't even have a vagina. She's smooth down there.
It's but I don't. This is TMI, but I don't grow hair I went through puberty, obviously, but there's like nothing going on. And also my lips are like the same color. Like there's nothing going on. But I was like, bitch, my pussy isn't hanging out. And then she came back later and was like, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Like, I didn't mean to embarrass you. And I was like, I wasn't embarrassed. And she was like, okay. Also, where did you get your braids done? And she was like a full-on white girl with short, like A-line bob. And I was like, bitch, where are you getting your fucking braids done? Why are you asking? Yeah. It was crazy. And then Coke was everywhere. And we were like, I was like, ew.
We're like, what time is it? 7:45?
It was literally 6 p.m. and people were like coked out. Like, and the music wasn't even that good to be like, let's do some Coke. Like,
I know.
What the fuck? Anyway, back to the sky. Sunday night. That's how we got on this.
So it was the very next day.
Yeah. Damn, you were wildin' that weekend. I love it.
I know. I gotta make the most of these
child-free weekends. I would. I mean, honestly, I'm about to like light up a cigarette because her kids are like a lot of work. Whew, Mamma mia. I'm about to call Super Nanny over here. Anyway, continue.
So we are wandering around this little like strip mall and everything's closed because it's Sunday. So he's like, do you want to just go somewhere else? And I'm like, yeah, where do you want to go? So we end up driving to Zips, which is my spot because like it's my safe place. Like I know the bartenders, I know like all the regulars there. So like if I'm whatever, like I just go there because it's comfortable.
Yeah, and also Zipperitas.
And also, yeah, they're medium.
And they're like the mozzarella sticks. Did I change your life?
Oh, they're like wrapped in like wonton wrappers.
Yeah, they're egg roll mozzarella stick. Like truly,
who even thought
chef's kiss. Chef's kiss to Charlie. Yeah,
incredible. Anyways, so we get to Zips and we're sitting and we're watching some fights on his phone, and like right behind us there's this couple. It looked like they were on a very first date, and it's this guy who was like kind of, whatever, he was like mediocre looking, and then he's with this girl that was super hot, fucking hot,
which truly
gorgeous.
Is life itself. When have you ever seen a couple where you think the guy is hotter than the girl? Never. Yeah. Yeah. It's always the girl's hotter than the guy. Just how it is. It's just women are super hot.
Yeah.
Wish I were full on gay. Like I'm 10% gay. I wish I was 100.
It's always like Adam Sandler with like.
Yeah, like with fucking
hot ass, like Heidi Klum and shit.
Not even that. It's like fucking, I don't even know, Elon Musk with fucking Zooey Deschanel. Like it's truly like, what the fuck?
I know.
I hate it. Like men are just like, why can't I just like vaginas? Like if I do like a girl, but I wish I could just specifically be with girls because it's like we're so much more compatible and women are more emotionally intelligent. Like you don't have to worry about it. Like if a woman's going to cheat on you, like she'll like be like, I just don't want to do this anymore. But guys like have to be sneaky and vindictive.
I don't know why. I don't know what attracts me so much to a man.
It's truly a character flaw in all of us, a trauma response.
I know.
It's because society tells us we have to be with men or else we'll not be able to live our lives.
I have truly like had this conversation with myself, like, do I really like men or am I just like scared of like I just can't. It's like it's not even like about like the dick. It's like
intimacy with a man
it's just like I need a fucking rugged.
You don't though, because you are the rugged. You are the rugged person. You are the man. Like you are the man. Like women are like okay, because when have you ever met a rugged man that
doesn't want their butthole fingered?
Butthole fingered, or like it's like overcompensating for their lack of being rugged in real life. Like I feel like most men are gay. And most things that men do are for the gaze of other men. Like I've had this conversation before, like men do things like not for women, but for men to like think they're cool. Like they don't care about like what women think, if that makes any sense. Like they do things specifically for the approval of other men.
Yes.
And it's concerning. So it's like, just be gay. But anyway, back to, do we need a pause? Is your son in here crab rocking?
He's right there. It's not funny. Can
I'm
we
hungry.
get a snack then? You
okay. CPS.
You don't need to make.
He said, "I'm hungry. Please feed this child for 10 cents a day." Okay, we had to take another intermission. Angela's kids are truly
horrible.
No, not horrible. I don't know how to put it. It just truly. I'm gonna have to turn my birth control off. I'm about to like I'm like, you know what, I don't even need it anymore.
Get the whole hysterectomy.
Yeah, like just take it all out. Just take it all out. We love you.
Good night.
I'll edit this out. Anyway, so you're I'm never having children. So you're going. I'm barren. I feel like I'm barren now. My ovaries shriveled up. Why? Like, what is, like, truly?
I think it continues because I fucking laugh every time.
Because they're like, this is great. This is good. This is good material.
She loves it.
She loves it. She's going wild for this, guys. Kids are kids, and I unless I'm getting paid to teach them, I don't want to see them.
There's more whiskey over there if you need it.
I'm gonna need it. I'm about to become an alcoholic just at Angela's house. I had a rough day with those kids.
Same.
And so yeah, if you see Angela out blackout, mind your business. You know why. So anyway, you're in the car. Or you guys, he's like, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, so we get to Zips and we're like sitting there, whatever, having a good time. And there's a couple, like I said, mediocre guy, gorgeous.
Yes,
woman.
Typical, yeah.
So I get up and I go to the bathroom and like I have to walk directly past them. And I hear them like having a conversation and I come back to the table and I'm like, that's a man. That is a man. Yeah. I'm like, and whatever, like I have gay friends, I have trans friends. So like I don't care. Like I'm fully in support, don't care at all. But I like make a comment to him and I'm like, I wonder if he knows that like that's like a trans woman. And he like got very fucking upset at me that I like would make a comment like that. And so we leave.
Wait, what was he mad at? That you like said trans?
I don't know because because I was talking about how like pretty she was. Like she had like, these big, like perky boobs, and like her nipples were pierced, and she was very petite and like just like
gorgeous,
so pretty. And honestly, like had no idea that it was a trans person until I heard her talking. And I don't know, like I guess he just didn't like me making that comment, and he got really upset. And he didn't really get upset. He was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. And then we end up leaving, going somewhere else. And when we're in my car, I am driving, everything seems to be going fine, and he like starts fucking crying.
What the
and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, no, like I don't understand why you would make those comments. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What?
And he's like, about that like trans woman or whatever. Like, why would you make those comments? And I'm like, I literally said she was gorgeous.
Pretty. Like what do you mean? About? Like, are you for or against? Like, I'm confused.
I know. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I was just like simply pointing out the fact that like
an observation. God bless me.
Yeah. So like, we get out of my car, and it was like just like nothing happened. Like. He had to have been bipolar. I don't even know what happened, but he like turns to me and he's like, "Can I have a kiss?" And I'm like,
"Ew!"
I'm like, probably like not right now. Like,
you're crying.
I'm like, you were literally just like crying and yelling at me in my car. And like I told him, I was like, I feel like you're just trying to pick a fight right now because you got mad at me about me making like a comment about like the like Christian thing, like.
And now you're mad at me about like thinking trans people are hot.
And now you're mad at me because I said that trans woman was beautiful. Like I don't fucking understand. Like,
what do you want from me?
Yeah, and
oh my god.
Yeah, so we go inside and he goes straight to the bathroom, and one of my friends happened to be there at the bar, and I told him, this guy's gonna fucking murder me. Like I truly get murder vibes. Like, this guy's gonna murder me. And he kind of like laughs it off or whatever. And so I end up leaving. I just like run, and I have never run out on a date before in my life. Even if I really fucking do not like a person, I really try to like spare someone's feelings. Yeah. I really don't like hurting someone's feelings. And this is the first guy that I've ever run out on, and I messaged my friend on Instagram that was still at the bar, and I was like, has he noticed that I left yet? And he goes, I don't know, but he's like talking to some other girl at the bar right now. Yeah,
because he needs a ride home.
Probably.
He was like, I need a ride home. But this is why I tell Angela, like, next time you need to tell somebody, like, hey, I know somewhere we can go. Like, somewhere super private, somewhere, like, both of us can, spend some time and drop them off at a fucking therapy office.
I'm
like,
going
to. Ew, what the fuck? I've never had a guy cry on a date. I've had a guy cry because, like, he said I was mean, but we were dating, so, like, it's par for the course.
We were married.
Yeah, we were married for my mind. He's like, you're so mean to me. And I was like, okay. But I've never had a guy cry on a date. You've been on some doozies. I'm not a dater. Like, Angela, props to you because, like, I don't date. Like, besides, like, doing, like, when I did my sugar baby stuff, like, those were dates, but because I was getting paid, it was like a job.
Yeah.
I've never dated just for the sake of dating because I just can't. I can't make small talk. I'm not good at being nice like you are. I'm also just like very straight to the point. Like, we're not fucking. Don't think we're fucking. Don't ever look at me like we're fucking. And you're paying for this whole entire experience.
I want to be more like that. I also I could never look at it like a job because I have been fired from every job.
So you're like, I would get fired from being a sugar baby? You would not. You would make, if the thing is, like, the only problem is that your schedule isn't open.
Yeah.
Because, like, you need to be, like,
here for the exorcism.
Yeah, here for the crab walking. And also, like, guys want somebody to, like, spur the moment. Like, hey, do you want to go to lunch right now? And it's like a Friday afternoon. Like, they want that. So that might be difficult, but, like, I need to teach you how to be, like, more, I'm not saying mean. Like, the thing is, like, I'm not mean. I'm just, like, very, like, you're not going to treat me like shit. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. You're not going to, like, try to, make me feel bad for not liking you. But I need to teach you how to be more direct.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of these dates would end immediately if you were more direct. Like, if some guy Ubered to where we're meeting, I would end the date. Because, one, I would ask him, do you have a vehicle? Why didn't you drive it? Do you think you're getting blackout? Because I'm not. You think you're going back to my house? Because you're not.
Yeah.
You think I'm driving you home? Absolutely not. Like, I don't know. I would be more direct. Like, and the thing is, like, you don't owe them shit.
Yeah.
You don't owe these men shit, and fuck politeness. Like, you don't have to be polite to men you don't fucking know. You don't have to be polite to men you do know.
I know, and I like, that's something that I'm really, like, anytime I do that, where I'm, like, very, like, when I fucking left that guy in the bathroom, I was so proud of myself. I was like, hell yeah, like, I don't owe him shit. He can find his own ride home.
Amen. You don't owe anybody shit.
Yeah, but then, like, a few weeks later, I went out on that date with that guy, again, zips, and I did not text him back, and then a few days later, remember I posted, like, a screenshot of our text, and he was, like, saying that I was whack. He said he's
who
like,
talks like that? First of all, you're what are you, 7? Like, who says whack? Because why?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, fuck that. No, you just need to be like, I don't owe them shit. And you shouldn't have to feel that way either, because, like, a normal person would never make you feel like you have to be mean to them or you have to be direct with them, because, like, it would be natural. Like, the whole experience would be natural. But also, I think these men that are on Tinder are expecting literally women to accept the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is their last ditch effort to date.
Yeah.
That's what men think about dating apps. I swear to God. They're like, this is your last chance. So, like, you're lucky if you even get to talk to me. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Men are not a prize.
Well, and I feel like they copy and paste their message to so many different women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody's gonna give what they want. It usually ends up being me, but.
I mean, that's neither here nor there. You said it, not me. But also, like, I do feel like they don't have to try as hard, because they're basically casting a wide net in a small pond of women that actually will go on a date with them, because a lot of women are just on there just to feel like wanted.
Yeah.
And they don't ever meet up with these guys. And I feel like since you're meeting up with these guys, they're like, oh, well, she truly is desperate. Like, I'm just going to treat you like shit. Like, that's how men think about, I don't know. That's why I'd never have been a fan of dating apps, except for the ones where men pay you to go on dates.
I mean, I want that. Like, I just want to get paid to.
And then I met Pete from that app, and now I have never paid for anything. And, like, Friday's, like, taking me to Salt Lake City because he's there. Yeah, he was like, hey, I'm in Salt Lake City. I was gonna come there. Do you want to come here instead? I'm like, why not?
Shit.
And he was like, do you want a window seat?
Utah?
Or yeah, he was like, do you want a window seat or aisle seat?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Be like,
well, he's first class always, like first class to Puerto Vallarta, where we went.
Does he have a best friend?
I can ask him, honestly, like it's like stuff like that. Like, that's and you have to be like that to get guys like that, because before I felt guilty, like, I'm being so superficial. No, I fucking want to get paid for everything. I don't want to come out of my I went to Puerto Vallarta. Let me tell you, I'm a teacher, so, like, we get paid a big check in May, but by June I'm already poor because, like, it's not enough money. So we went to Puerto Vallarta in July. I had $0, literally $0. Just had my passport. Didn't have to pay for anything. Everything was paid for: resort, flight, food, drinks, and I never felt bad for it. Like, I never felt like I owed him something but then it made me want to give him something, which is I sucked his dick off the bone, because when a guy pays for stuff like that, that's what I will do for you. But if you're not, like, you're disgusting to me. I don't even want to talk to you. So
we made that seeking arrangements profile for me.
Yeah, we need to get on that. Like, seeking arrangements and seeker benefits are, like, truly top notch. Like,
I don't want to do anything. I literally just
don't have to do it. This is the crazy part. I never did anything with him until we were dating.
Yeah.
Like, until we were, like, I guess, quote unquote, together. But like, I never did anything with any other guy before that. Like, I've gotten thousands of dollars and never kissed, touched, fucked, sucked anybody. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Like, I've never, you don't have to. Men just want company.
I just need you to do all the talking.
I will. I'll do all the talking. And like, I would negotiate like prices for like meeting up with me. And, or.
I don't even know how to start a conversation. Like, these guys like message me and they're like, hey, like, looking for this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like, what do I even fucking say? Like, I just want you to.
No, you have to sell a fantasy. You have to sell a fantasy of like, they know they're paying for you, but you don't tell them that. So like, they'll say, like, be like, oh, what are you on here looking for? I'm just looking for somebody to spend time with. I love to go out to have a nice drink and have a nice dinner with somebody that has good conversation. And they're like, oh my God, that's me, babe. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it is. And
I'm
then,
like, let me just bake for you and make you dinner. And like, what do you
no,
want?
you don't ever do shit for, what the fuck, bitch? You're not fucking bacon. You're not fucking Betty Crocker. Don't do anything for them. No.
I'm so bad at it.
See, yeah, no, she's over here trying to like make them a home. Like, no, bitch. No.
I've loved Martha Stewart for way too long.
Yeah, you need to get off. Just look at her. She was in prison. Now she's Snoop Dogg's whore. Just kidding. I love you, Martha. I do too. I'm like, I hope they're fucking. Like, I know he's married, but I hope like they have an open relationship where Martha gets to like come in.
She has a new restaurant
in Vegas next to Vanderpump.
We need to go.
Bitch, we're going. I have to go to Vanderpump. It's Vanderpump Paris.
I've been.
No, you went to one at Paris? Because there's one at Caesars.
I went to the one
at Caesars, probably.
What are they called? The Garden?
Yeah, Vanderpump Garden. I went there.
Oh.
I want to go to this one. This is actually a sit-down restaurant. It's not just like appetizers. And I follow this girl who's called Vegas Starfish. She's like a big Vegas like promoter person that promotes all these businesses. But she was like, it's the most beautiful restaurant I've ever been to.
Yeah, because I went to the Vanderpump like Garden.
It was alright. It was okay, but it wasn't like, this is like the actual like the one in like LA. Mm-hmm. Which I haven't been to, which is crazy because Vanderpump Rules. Have you ever watched Vanderpump Rules?
Yeah. Yeah. Which
are we best friends?
Yeah.
Because like,
who do you love the most?
I hate them all. I go back and forth. I hate all of them because they're all horrible people to each other. Yeah. But my number one used to be Lala because she was
hated or loved?
Loved because she was such a fucking bitch, and I like that she gave the girls a run for their money. But now. Obviously, since like time has passed, like I like Sheena, even though she's stupid as fuck.
Doesn't she have like a baby now?
Yeah, she's a baby and she's married to that Australian guy.
I thought she was married to that other
Shay. No, when's the last time you watched it? Okay, see, I'm a Vanderpump Rules head, like where I convert people to like watching the full every season. You need to get back to it. Okay, you need to get back to it. You need to get back to like what season did you stop at?
I don't know. When I stopped watching it, it was like kind of when like Lisa Vanderpump and Sheena started having like issues.
Okay, yeah, you need to get back to it because so much has changed. So much has changed. So much has gone on. Jax, do you remember Jax?
Yeah, I fucking hate Jax.
Jax is disgusting. Yeah. And he needs to be arrested.
And is he married to that country
Brittany?
girl?
Yeah. Ron Hale! When he cheated on her. Ron Hale!
Ron Hale!
And yeah, they're married and have a kid.
Oh.
Yeah, named Cruz.
Of course.
Of course I do. Of course. Yeah. And they were doing like a commercial for like during COVID, like when everybody was working out from home, she was like on a treadmill and they were doing like a commercial. She's like, I'm running around in Jamaica, like because she was like on this like treadmill with a background. She was like, I'm cruising through Jamaica.
I don't know. That
Ron Hale.
Like such a weird fucking couple to me.
Oh, he's cheating on her every single day.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, he's disgusting and she's annoying.
She's so fucking
annoying. So Ron Hale. But you need to get back to it. But yeah, we're gonna go to Vegas again, and we should pod from Vegas. Like that would be so. So we're gonna go. So hopefully this actually comes to fruition. I already invited Angela I've told all my listeners for we are when we were young tour, but she's not going to the show because she's smart and knows that it'll be
Too
like
tired.
she's already gonna be too tired. But me, I'm bringing mushrooms and I'm gonna do mushrooms at the show, which I'll be like come down from them but I'll be ready to party. I'll be like, I'm ready to party.
Yeah, right. You're gonna be like,
No, I'm gonna be
stumbling
out of
back into the
it.
hotel
I'm gonna be
at
out of it, but I'm gonna
8
be
p.m. and you're gonna be like, I'm ready for bed.
no, I'm partying.
Hungry. Is there anything except
I'm
for
always
pretzels here?
partying. Wait, no, I wasn't with you. When an Uber driver kidnapped me in Vegas because I was looking for food, and he was like, "No, I know where to go," and I was like, "Everything's closed," and he's like, "Yeah, but I know where to go."
She's like, I know somewhere to eat.
I got my ass. But no, he like drove me around all of like Nevada, basically.
Have you ever eaten a guy's ass before?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No.
I didn't like it either.
I didn't like it because it's like, what do I get out of this? Like, what is, and like, I don't know. I just feel like they wanted me to do it because they were like, I can make you do whatever I want kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It's just, the thing is, like, I've always wanted to finger a guy's butthole, but my nails are too long. My nails are too long. No guy will ever let me play in their butthole. I should be like true lesbians. You know, true lesbians will have these two fingers short. Like, they won't get these two nails done. That's how you know. I should do that. I'm at two. I'm at Pete. He's like, oh. I feel like he'd be down. I feel like he's like.
I feel like any guy would be down.
Yeah, to like, let me touch your. I feel like the older guys get, the lesser like shamed about their buttholes.
I feel like most men are gonna act like super weird about like
I'm not gay,
stuff, but they secretly
they have to. That's where your G spot is. That's where guys' G spots are. Is like God. That's how I know God isn't homophobic. Why the fuck would you make the guy's G spot in their butthole if you didn't want them to be fucking in their buttholes? Jesus.
I wish guys could find my G spot.
They never can. They can't even find, half the guys can't even find clitorises. Like, they're like, I remember, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say before I like cut us off and we have to like talk amongst ourselves. But I remember this guy, the first time like I let a guy go down on me, he was just like purely like licking my urethra. Like, not even touching the clitoris. And then I was like, oh, this is what eating out is like. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I had somebody do it correctly. Yes. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like literally licking my pee hole because he didn't know where it was. But a lot of men don't know where a clitoris is.
Have you ever had a guy like motorboat you?
Yes. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And that's not even, you're wasting your energy.
What
is that? They all do that. I swear.
Where did you learn this? But they all do it. And I'm just like, who told you this was acceptable?
Or like felt good. Somebody lied. But the thing is, because a lot of girls,
yeah, they're like, oh,
fake it. They fake it. A lot of girls fake it, which I used to be a faker. A very long time, and my friend Liz can attest to this. Like, she's heard me fake it from another room because like she's like, what were you guys doing in there? I was like, nothing, we're just making out. She's like, why are you sounding like that? I used to always think that's how you have to be, like like everything. And now I refuse. I would literally stone cold face it and be like,
same,
nothing. I feel nothing. Can you to the left, to the right? Like, I'm not gonna fucking fake it for you, because guys, they can stick their dicks in a sinkhole and they can come. Like, I know. You actually have to work for me, honey.
Yes, so. That's the only time that I will be mean is during sex, when I will not fake it. I won't.
No, we don't have time for that. We only have a few more years of our vaginas not shriveling up, according to science, and well, not science, society thinks that we will literally shrivel up. So I'm going to use this time to tell guys how I like it, when I like it, and if they're offended by that, then go find somebody else.
Yeah. Go
find somebody that will fake it, because they ain't gonna be me, honey.
I agree.
Yeah. So, well, we need to wrap this up because this is literally the longest episode I think I've ever recorded. Just based on, like, we also had a crab walking, like, incident. We had yelling. We had go to your room. We had snacks needed. But before I go, I always ask my guests, what's your favorite Britney Spears song?
Oh, Toxic?
That's a good one. Yeah, I always say there's a right answer. That's one of them. I love Toxic. That's a great. Did you hear her new song with Elton John?
No.
It's not good, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. I'm just glad she's out and free.
I know.
And fuck
Free
Kevin.
Britney.
Fuck
Leave
Kevin.
Britney alone. Leave
Britney alone. Chris Crocker. Anyway, so yeah, that was Angela. Thank you so much for joining us. Angela also, she loves to like not tell people this, but she is a world-renowned cake maker and decorator. Angela, can you tell the listeners where they can find your cakes?
You can find my cakes on Indulge
And I'm not talking about her ass.
AZ.
Yeah. Indulge
On
Cakes
Instagram.
AZ. Not talking about her ass cakes, but I'm talking about her real cake.
You can find all my cakes.
All my cakes. But yeah, she won Cake Wars in 2017, right? 16?
Yeah, something like that.
Bitch, she's so humble. If I were you, I'd be shouting that from the rooftops. I still tell people I won class clown in 2007. Like, bitch, you're too humble for me. I can't. So anyway, if it's day or night, love and light. Bye.